when the takeover happened, now of course there was a huge refugee crisis, right? You saw people falling off a C-17 aircraft, and the entire international community was in shock. And over the years, especially thanks to the post-Westphalian system that we have in India, Europe, and America, that minority rights and human rights have become a very important topic, and that is a very good thing. But we do see some sort of a double standard, because when the United States chooses to speak about, say, what is happening in Kashmir, allegedly, now that gets a lot of global attention. But India has been crying for decades that its own minorities, where they have nowhere to go. So we got in the CAA as well, and then there was a lot of opposition, and there still is today. So why? What do you think India can do to sort of protect its minorities in other Islamic nations like Afghanistan?
Well, this entire thing of minority rights and all that, it is just a convenient stick that the so-called international community, which is the Western world, uses to beat up other nations with. Look at the treatment of Native Americans in North America, whether it's the United States, whether it's Canada, all kinds of horrific discoveries are coming out. The way that children were massacred in the hundreds, even the thousands, in these Catholic boarding schools where they were forcibly sent after being separated from their parents. And even today, the natives of America, the true natives, the true citizens of North America, the Native Americans are so badly marginalized. They have to live on reservations where you get the worst of the conditions in the whole country. So they have no locus standi to talk about human rights, but because they control the media, they control all the global institutions like the UN, etc., they are able to go on doing it. So my point is very simple. India needs to stop crying and complaining. India's major problem is that India has bought into this Westphalian system. India has bought into this Western liberal democracy thing. I am not against democracy, but we had democracy way before Greece and everybody else. We had our own form of democracy. Democracy was born in India. We need to revert to our own civilizational processes and our own civilizational strengths. We need to stop being a third-rate knockoff copy of the West. That is what India is today. It is a cut-price copy of the West, a very poor, mediocre imitation. India has its own rich culture and civilization. India needs to reject these failing ideas. Today, the West is imploding. This entire system doesn't work. See what's happening in the United States. There is no such thing as a country. People don't even love the country anymore. People are so much anti-US. They are trying to destroy the foundations of the American society of the past 200 years. The Western system is failing. India needs to wake up quickly. India needs to stop aspiring to be a knockoff, cheap copy of the West. India needs to revert to its roots and forget about what people say if they complain about human rights. I mean, these allegations are all false. There is no truth or veracity to the allegations of human rights abuses they make in India. Hindus don't oppress anybody. It is Hindus who are oppressed. So the first thing India needs to do is to set its own house in order. And only when that is achieved can we think about saving Indians or Hindus or etc. in other countries. First, clean up your own mess at home.
Please remember to subscribe to us and switch on the notifications for this channel. For our other social media links, more content, and to support our work, please visit citti.net. Dhanyavad. Namaskar.